and just like that, we're back under different times and circumstances. We started the month of March out like this.
No! Oh! You out there, man. It's cool.
Nice, Colin. And ended it with parks and basketball courts being locked up because of COVID-19. Bob Dylan has a song, and in it, one of the lines is, "The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind." With that being said, let's get into March's update. What's going on, peoples? My name is Sly. I am an area director on the east end of Pittsburgh with Young Life, and I've been here for about almost 2 years with my smoking hot wife, who is now pregnant, and we are healthy, but we all know what's going on at this point is COVID-19. Actually, there's a sign right behind me not allowing where this is actually a place where families or even kids would just come and just play basketball is now locked up. And right now there's increasing cases and actually fatalities because of people losing the battle to COVID-19. But yes, what I'm here for is just to kind of show what's been going on and the changes that have been taking place. But we still go on day by day. We are blessed to see this life, and so we still going to live it. And so what I do on a normal basis is giving a monthly update as to what I do with Young Life, whether it's interacting with kids or having meetings, having events, and just informing you guys so you guys can see on a day-to-day basis, more so on a daily basis, what I do. And it's changed, but through all that, there's still some cool things that are happening. Without further ado, let's get to it. Started this day at 6 in the morning picking up Cool Tay. We got Smooth B over here. You know what I'm saying? We got my man Mike, who just woke up. And you're probably wondering why we're up so early. We are getting ready to serve some wildlifers, aka middle schoolers. Should be fun. Stay tuned to what might occur. So the beginning of this month actually was pretty sweet. We, like I said, I've been meeting a lot of kids at Taylor Older Dice, and it's been just a great time with the kids that I've been meeting. We've went from a place of just getting to know each other to now seeing them on a daily basis after school, supporting them in different ways, building that relationship. And now we're at a point where I'm trying to just instill in them influence and how impactful they are, not only to myself, but also to the students and the kids that they are around on a daily basis at school. And so, as you saw in the video earlier, I took some kids, they're kind of like my student leaders or people that I'm pouring into and I see a lot in them. I took them out to Erie to serve middle schoolers, aka Wildlife, just for a day event. And right after that, they went to Splash Lagoon. And so it was a great way to still serve, like I said, give more of yourself to be selfless. And but after that, celebrate, because who's really going to go to Erie when they really don't have to, no offense, and just enjoy Splash Lagoon. So we were able to do that, and that was a lot of fun. I really had a great time with the boys. They had a great time as well, and it was a great way to just kind of cast vision as to what awaits them. And check out the rest of these videos that I have with them. 2 hours later, one balloon done. One balloon blown.
We're gonna switch the order.
Ready? Shoulders, knees, hands, shoulders, ears, mouth, nose, eyes,
It was for sure a long day, but it was definitely life-giving and worthwhile for sure. The kids, by the time they got home, were sucking their thumbs, ready for the bed. But it was something that, like I said, was an experience that no one could ever take away from them, and they were able to live into. And so I'm very grateful for them, and continuously encouraged by them and loved by them on a daily basis. Now, it's changed dramatically as far as contact work, campaigners, interactions with family, friends, normal meetings that I would have, but we've still hit a stride. We are, 2 weeks in at this point, and there's just been some pretty cool things. So I think when this all went down, the biggest question is, how does one still do their job? And our mission, our statement is to introduce adolescents to Jesus Christ and help them grow in their faith. And we're still going to do that. And so thanks be to God for Zoom. We've been able to do that. Now, it's been done in different ways, but we've been able to be successful as much as we know how, while also respecting what our nation has asked us to do and limit social interactions and social distancing. Take a look at these little flicks.
So any squats, Sly?
What's this?
Squats? No, jumping jacks.
Alright. Jumping jacks. Yeah, let's see that.
This is kind of a nice break of an exercise.
So as you can see, I'm definitely a big advocate for health and exercise. And so me and another guy on staff, his name is Fish, he's my guy. We joined together. He's on staff in Peters Township. And some of his boys and some of my boys have been hopping on a Zoom call Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. and getting a workout in. I do the workout and he actually leads yoga and stretching. And it's been great. We've been doing that for almost 2 weeks now, and it's just been really great. Kids that I would usually see at the school just in passing or just because they played a sport, I would know them a little bit more. They've actually been hopping on, so it's actually grew more than just the kids that I knew from Campaigner. So that's been pretty neat. And like I said, they're also just grabbing a workout, that it's just switching up their structure or their schedule of playing video games or watching YouTube or just resting too. I mean, not all the kids are unproductive, but there are some kids that are a little bit unproductive, and so it's been great to support them and try to encourage them to switch it up, whether that's picking up a book or watching an interview and then taking bullet points as to what takeaways they had, but then also hopping on a Zoom call and working out, getting some fresh air too afterwards. So that's been a lot of fun. I'm gonna right now set this up to kind of send out or show you some pictures or some screenshots as to meetings and kind of hangouts that we've been having outside of the workout. So check this out. So as you saw, we are still having leader meetings, which have been phenomenal. It's just been great to check in with my college leaders, and they just love the kids so much. And so it's been great for us to just check in on each other. Right now, we're actually sharing life stories. So the format and structure of our normal meetings have changed a little bit, but we're still checking in. We're able to pray for each other, but also really get to know each other more during this time. So we've been carving out time for them to share their stories and really flesh those things out. Also, campaigners is a little different. A lot of the kids that I knew were very new to even opening the Bible or having a relationship with God. And so they're still hopping on. We're still having discussion, but we're also just kind of reading the accounts and then maybe honing in or focusing in on 2 or 3 verses and then just breaking that down more and more each week. We're also going to be including or starting up game nights. So we'll see how that works out. It might be successful or it might just be something that does not stick, but we're going to try it out. We're going to be having our first virtual or via Zoom committee meeting in the next couple of weeks. So that's going to be a lot of fun just to, like I said, check in on them and update them as well as what awaits us in April. We also are still doing staff meetings. We're doing regional meetings via Zoom, and that's been great. It's just been good to see how people's lives are still playing out even while in quarantine in different areas. Like I said, the people on staff are still going after kids, and if anything, it's made it more glaring as to what we do as our job. I think for me, at least, if I can be honest, I use social interaction as a crutch and not more so than leaning into and trusting God. And so this has just been a great time to take a step back and realize that there's nothing I can do to add or take away from what God's going to do. And that's just been really great. It's actually been gave me more peace and know that I'm just a vessel to do the things that He's called me to do. So it's been a lot of fun. But like I said, this isn't normal. And I don't want to fall into being content, but I also want to be appreciative that I'm in the place that I'm in right now in good health. Like I said, wife is healthy, baby is healthy right now. I'm still checking in on kids, still checking in on parents. We've been able to kind of team up with some partnerships around Pittsburgh where there's food resources for families that might be in need, that might have lost their jobs. So we've been able to do that, and hopefully in the next week or so we'll be able to deliver that food to families that would be in need and maybe keep something going on while we're in the season of life. Camp clearly is still a go at this point, but I will be updating you guys more on that in April's update. So stay tuned to that. Like I said, and so I end with this. Bob Dylan in the song Blowing in the Wind, actually at the end or his last verse, he says, "And how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died?" Clearly, I watch a good amount of CNN, but it just shows the rate of cases and also fatalities to COVID-19. And I just encourage those just in this world, whoever is watching this, that they just be more intentional. The context of those lines were actually more because of war and racism at that time, but also you can take those lines as to how much impact we actually have, and that's going to say it can be positive or negative. And so with the time you have, if you do have to go out, just be more mindful of the people around you, because although you might not have the symptoms for COVID-19 or of COVID-19, you might be carrying something. And so try to limit social interactions, but also practice social distancing and not just take this as that this does not affect you. And so, but also take a step back and just see how, you can change up your structure in your normal day. And so that was something that definitely struck me, and I was reminded of that song during this time. And so, like I said, we can be impactful in a positive or negative way, and that we wouldn't try to carry on with the same agenda that we had prior. It's going to look a little different, and that's all right. And hopefully it is seasonal. It's not perpetual. It's not meant to last forever. But during this season, that we will be more wise with the steps that we make. Prayers overall is just for good health, for family, for Amy, the baby. Like I said, for our area, that we're continuously being intentional with the kids that we do know, and then also reaching out to those kids, that they would reach out to other kids and invite them into what we got going on. I mean, overall, we just want to continue. I want to trust in God's wisdom, and with that, everything else will fall into place. If you haven't heard it from anyone else, hear it from me. I love you. You have meaning. You have value. You have purpose. It's a beautiful day out. Like I said, we still have beautiful days, but we just got to approach them differently. With that being said, get out there still. Get some fresh air. Respect and love others too. I'm out. Peace.